Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about respiratory tract infections, or RIs, in reptiles. Now this is the most common illness that befalls reptiles, but even though it is common, it can still be life-threatening. Some of you may be familiar with our snake Folk. He is a white-lipped python. He has been living with us for about 2 or 3 months, maybe 4 months. No, not that long, probably about 3 months. And recently we discovered that he has a respiratory tract infection. There are a couple of different signs that point to a reptile having a respiratory tract infection. You can often hear a hissing or popping noise or a wheezing whenever they're breathing, and that's an early sign of a respiratory tract infection. As the infection progresses, you'll be able to see that they will start holding their mouth open. They could have a liquid inside of their mouth. It's kind of like a mucousy liquid. Bubbles are another thing, like bubbles coming out of the nose, bubbles coming out of the mouth. As soon as I noticed that he had an infection, I called our vet. She told me to go ahead and bring him in. She was going to get him on some antibiotics. We took him to the vet. She showed me how to inject the antibiotics.
In the upper third of the body that keeps it away from the kidneys. So I just kind of pick a scale that you want to have the bevel up, and you can go just on the side here, just pick a scale, go underneath it, and then squirt it, and you'll get a little blood there, and that's that.
Okay. After doing a lot of research, I noticed that most vets will prescribe Baytril or some other type of oral antibiotic. Our vet actually prescribed a antibiotic where we would have to inject him every 3 days. On top of the antibiotic, I also decided that we were going to nebulize him. Now, nebulization is something that most reptile keepers will do when they have a reptile who has an RI. What this nebulization process does is it is kind of similar to how it would help you or I to take a hot shower when we have a cold. The steam from the shower kind of helps to loosen up that mucus, makes it so that it's easier to get up. The nebulization process also works best when there's an antibacterial agent involved. What we've used is the F10. This is often used by reptile keepers to just clean out enclosures, keep everything sanitary, and it's also the most commonly used solution in nebulization. So I added about 3 cc's of this agent to every liter of water during nebulization. After that, I would place him in the tub for about 20 minutes with the fogger on max, and then leave him in there for an additional 20 minutes after that. I repeated this process about every day for 7 days. After about a week and a half, he began showing significant improvement. Another important factor in helping your reptile heal from their respiratory infection is keeping them warm. So inside of this enclosure, Folk already has a heating pad underneath his hide. There's a really bad reflection, I apologize, but he has a hide right there. And he has a heating pad underneath that to help him with his belly heat. But what we're also going to do is provide him with a basking light as well. He's typically a nocturnal snake, so we don't want to give him a regular light because the bright lights can kind of stress him out. That's not going to help anybody in the situation. So I provided him with an infrared light. And this is going to keep his enclosure approximately 90 degrees in this particular area. But making sure that they stay very warm during this time is important. So this is Folk today. He is doing much better now. He has shed recently, just like 2 days ago, so his skin is looking really good. He's no longer holding his mouth open to breathe. He is not showing any signs of having an RI anymore, except for the fact that he is still wheezing a little bit. Every once in a while you'll hear a wheeze come out of him, but that will subside with time. He has about 2 or 3 more injections to go, and then once we're finished with his antibiotic, I keep wanting to say antibacterial, and once we're finished with his antibiotic treatments, he should be, you know, completely better. So he made a full recovery, which is really a relief. I was extremely worried about him, especially like This is actually my second time filming this video, and the first time was whenever we first found out that he had an RI, and I was so stressed out about it. When I went to edit the video, I actually realized that I wasn't even talking. I was just doing the things, and I don't know, I was really worried. But yeah, so this is Folk, and he's doing much better. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.